these here for our viewing pleasure? What do we do? Oh. the quiet grogger. If you had used a tinier font on this, it would be almost non-existent.
Yes.
That is, I'm glad, that's why I print out big.
We're going to get some of these out.
And the scroll is
Excellent. All right, so here we go. Come on to the front, and we'll also give you a song sheet for later. Thank you. We've got a suspicious group. You know, it's kind of a shady Jackie-O. Like, you're up to no good with those glasses. More Onassis, although it might be more Kennedy. Here are some song sheets if you want to sing. Not sure why I'm using the mic, except we want to make a lot of noise. Purim. Yeah, there you go, sir.
Thank you, sir.
There we go. Some song sheets. Yes. Oh, there we go. More. There we go. Here you go, my friend.
Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you.
All right, thank you all for being here. First of all, we have, I hope you all have a grogger. If you want these little ones, there we go. This one's doesn't even do anything. Probably made in China.
you can hit people with them.
There we go. If you want to hit people, I'll leave these in the front row. Here we go.
Keep my staff in.
There we go. This is our plan. These are great, and we're going to sell them for the same price as those. It's going to be wonderful. It's going to be the guest. Here you go. Here we go. So thank you for being here for Purim. Yay! So, all right. We're going to tell a wonderful, wonderful story. It's going to be the best story ever. It's going to be the best Purim ever. First, fantastic. This is, yes, wonderful. So this is the best grogger ever. Because, yes, it's the biggest. Okay. So, yes. So, I just want to say that it's great to be here. I know what you're thinking. This is the American flag, but I'm proud to announce that we have bought the American flag. So this is the new hat, and if you buy this hat, 95 cents on the dollar will go to my organization, because if you get flags, we now own that. So I want to thank you there. One of the things we wanted to do, we have a plan, and our plan is just
My plan's much better.
no, we're going to clone me. We're going to clone me. That's our new plan. Although maybe I'm a clone of him, but I just want to point out this is the best cloning job ever.
That's right.
This
The
is
best. We look
okay.
exactly alike.
We
We're
look. See,
identical
nobody's
twins.
done
It's
a
the
better
greatest.
clone.
The greatest ever.
There we go. No one better clone. So before we start, we thought we would take. Are there any questions? Any questions about anything? Anything at all except Russia? Yeah. Anything else? Any questions?
Is the service going to be huge?
Huge. Very nice. Guys, the biggest ever.
The best ever.
Nobody has any questions about anything, about any other countries.
They had sent me some emails with questions, but I seem to have misplaced.
Oh, she's misplaced the question. Isn't that just typical? So I'm going to answer all your questions, full transparency. Any questions about any foreign countries? Hey, foreign countries, yes.
What is the country to the north of the United States?
Okay, well, it's not Russia. We're not talking about Russia. But since you asked about Russia, I won't be answering because I believe in full transparency. I've invited my friend to tell you all about Russia. We have nothing to say about Russia. She knows all about Russia. She was in Russia before we even knew there was a Russia, and she'll be answering. So I want to thank Hillary for being with us tonight.
Thank you, Hillary.
Any tough questions, we're just going to ask Hillary.
I was
yes.
never in Russia. I was never in Russia.
Sure.
How many are going to be fired or quit this week?
Well, you'll have to ask Hillary, because all the people who were fired worked for her first. Okay?
Because we only hire the best, the most fantastic.
There we go. Yes, we're the best. It's wonderful. So, but we believe in getting along and peace and kindness and understanding, right? It's a new transparency. So maybe the two of you will, yes, perfect. Maybe you have something to share with us, a song, something about working together and the new peace, the new effort.
You like my
They're
pearls?
beautiful. They're beautiful. They're the best pearls, except for my pearls, but they're the best pearls.
The best
Yep,
pearls,
pearls. Oh.
I can tell you.
Okay, pearls.
So, Hillary,
Yes?
anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yeah,
No, you can't.
oh, yes, I can. It's very clear that I can. Anything you can build or be, I can be greater. Sooner or later, I'm greater than you.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Not.
Clearly, I am. It's very clear.
Not.
I can eat Hamantaschen in one bite.
I can eat only matzah for 8 days,
I can live on nothing but challah.
and only on that.
Yes.
So can a rat.
Hillary, any note you can reach, I can reach higher.
I can sing anything higher than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
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 Maybe she can. All right. Anything you can say, I can say louder.
I can say anything louder than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I
No, you can't. No, you can't. No, you can't. No, you can't. Ah! Any note you can hold, I can hold longer.
I can hold any note longer than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't. Can't. All right. Time to go. Anything you can say, I can say faster.
I can say anything faster than you.
No, you can't. No, you can't. No, you can't.
You're so fast, you can even hear.
All right. Anything you can sing, I can sing sweeter.
I can sing anything sweeter than you.
No, you can't. No, you can't. No, you can't. Yes, we can. Thank you.
Wonderful. Yay!
It was the best. It was the greatest.
The best. It was the best ever.
Yes.
The best ever. So, before we continue telling the story of Purim, would anybody like to show us their costumes? No. Okay. Well, I guess we can turn. Come on up. Do you want to sing? Do you want to share a note for us, Ariel? Okay. I just want to make sure everyone's seen our other costumes.
Bravo.
Bravo.
Lend you a hand.
Jackie, uh-oh. Shame.
Oh, look. Look. Oh. Do you have a grogger? So I'm going to give you the grogger, but you have to tell me, what are we going to do with it? What word are we going to shake it for? Do you know? The whisper. When we say Haman, what are we going to do? Yeah. Yeah. And when we say Esther, what are we going to do? Oh. We say Mordecai, what are we going to do? Yay! There we go. Yeah. What are we going to do when we say Haman? You're thinking. There we go. Boo! Come on, boo! This has got to be the greatest boo ever. With a boo to break all boos. Make America boo again.
Right.
There we go. All right. So we're going to tell our story tonight. And to tell our story, let me just say, it's going to be the best story ever. I rewrote the story. So it's the best story. It's not just the Purim story. Oh, look, it's Mike Pence. Wonderful. Thank you for joining us. So glad you're here. I feel much better knowing you're here and not alone in the White House. Very important.
Glad you're here.
Yeah, that's right. Yep. What do you think about the plan? We're going to clone about 3 million of us. And then the next election, we're going to be set. We're all going to vote, yes. Because there's no rules about it. Okay.
going to be great.
There we go. So we're going to continue with the story. It's going to be the greatest story. When we get to chapter 7, we're going to get to hear it from the actual Megillah chanted, the actual scroll in Hebrew, and we'll ask for a couple of volunteers so that we'll hold up the English. But first, if I say so myself, just the parts that are important, parts I like. So I'm going to ask our volunteers to read, keeping in mind that when we hear Esther, no! You're just channeling the president. When we hear Esther, oh, we hear Mordecai, and when we hear Haman, oh! I got to get this hat off.
Oh, are you compensating for something holding this?
It's the best. It's the best. Don't worry about it.
There was a time, a long time ago, that was a time that was not really a great time. It wasn't as good as this time, but it was an okay time. Yeah, I know you would. Yeah, right.
Better, I'll make it better.
In that time, that was not the best of times, but still acceptable. There was a king, not a bad king, not a great king, certainly not as great as me, but an okay king. His name was King Ahasuerus. He governed over a lot of foreign people. Now, who, by the way, we're not bad people, just not my people. Yeah. He was king over some Jews, which is not an insult. In fact, someone is going to be watching over my money. Yeah, I want it to be Jews, like this guy. Yeah. And I mean that in the best way. I have the best Jews. And by the way, no one has more money than I. But let's return to the story. And now this king, he had Jews as well. Good Jews, but not the best. But good. I have the best Jews. Yeah. He had a queen, Vashti. Not a bad queen, but not the best queen. I know all about queens. I have apartment buildings there. And this was a beautiful queen, but I've had prettier. How do I know she was not the best? Because when he asked her to dance naked for him at a big drinking party for his friends, she said no. Yeah, isn't that the truth? Okay. Now, today it would cost us a lot of money to get rid of a queen like that, but when the king had when the king had the whole thing taken care of. Which brings us to Mordecai. A good Jew, although not as good as my Jews, but good. How good? Well, one day he was sitting outside the palace gates when he heard two guards discuss plans to kill the king. And being a good and loyal Jew, he reported the plot to the king. The king had the men executed and put Mordecai's name in the royal chronicles. There you go.
Meanwhile, the best part, Hillary, I think the president overdosed on that stuff he uses to grow hair. So, it's falling down over.
He's compensating in public again.
Yes, that's right. So they needed a new queen. So then they did the only thing you can do when it's important and you need a new squeeze. Yeah. You hold a beauty contest. And money is beautiful, you know. So, and Mordecai had a gorgeous wife. I meant gorgeous daughter. I meant a gorgeous sister. I meant a gorgeous niece. Oh, I get confused. And he asked his niece to go to the palace and enter the beauty pageant. Now, this is my favorite part of the story. In the pageant, there were women of all sizes. Big women, little women, funny women, mean women. Lots of women. Yes, that's... Mordecai reminded his daughter, I meant his sister, I mean his hot niece, to hide her identity. And after all, as I like to say, hey, Jews, guard my money, but don't marry into the family, right? Wait, no, never mind that. That's just a different argument. Meanwhile, there are some really bad hombres around here. The worst who ever lived. And his name was Haman. Oh, my goodness. No, Haman was the king's number 2. Now, it's important to remind you that he was number 2, not number 1, if you know what I mean. There's a big difference between the great number 2 and the great number 1. I'm not sure what it is, but so you've got to watch for number 2s who you don't understand, that they will never be number 1s. Otherwise, you get into all sorts of trouble, right? So Haman number 2 asked the king, number 1, for his ring. And with that ring, he could walk all over town asking people to bow down to him. And when he got to Mordecai said, hey, Haman guy. Number 2 guy, we Jews don't bow down to anyone or anything but God. No way. Which I might add could have been a big problem if he was speaking to the number 1 guy, but this was the number 2 guy.
Haman rushed to the king and said, there is a group of really bad people who hate you, hate your kingdom, and pose a great danger. Please give me permission to kill them all. By the way, if this was true, it might have been a fair request. But as you have seen, Mordecai never threatened the number 1 guy. So really, fake news, just more fake news. So the king gave permission, and Haman sent a proclamation to all the citizens, to all the people in the land, saying that on the 13th on the month of Adar, all citizens are ordered to kill all the Jews.
Oh.
Meanwhile, the king could not sleep one night. So he asked that the royal chronicles be read to him by his servants. You know, I have that problem, but I just get on my phone and write down things as they occur to me. It makes me feel so much better. Just a little helpful tip to the rest of you. If you have trouble sleeping, whatever is on your mind, just write it down and send it to other people. It will really clear your head. So the royal chronicles are read, and it turns out they never honored this Mordecai guy for saving the king's life. So the king number one guy goes to Haman. We love you, Hillary. Can I get your autograph after, please?
I know Bill's autograph too. I can have it.
He goes to Haman. The number two guy, and says, "What shall we do for a guy the king wants to honor?" And Haman, the number two guy, thinks, "It's got to be me. So let's parade him through the town on a horse."
He's garbage.
I love this part now. Haman has to walk before Mordecai and honor him. That is so funny. Well, if it happened to me, it would not be so funny, but it would never happen to me because I have big hands.
You know, it's a slow story. A few too many details. It's taking a while to get to the good part, sort of like a press conference. All boring details and no drama. Let's just cut to the good part quickly. Mordecai told Esther that she had to go to the king and beg for her life. Esther said, what if the king won't see me, typo, and how can I tell him that I am Jewish? Mordecai said, hey babe, this is why you got the job. So Esther went before the king and Haman and invited them both to a royal feast. But she had not yet revealed her true identity. I'm losing a bit of interest. This has taken a long time. So let's go to Hillary J. Odesky and hear her chant the dramatic conclusion from the actual Megillah.
Let me tell you what's going. First of all, if you haven't seen one, here is a real Megillah. I have it opened to hopefully where chapter 7 starts. They come in different shapes and sizes. This is a lovely one, okay? It's the greatest. It's unbelievable. Let me tell you a little bit about chanting Esther that's different from probably what you've heard. Esther is in its own trope system. You're used to hearing Torah trope here. Esther is a whole different trope system. There's actually 6 different trope systems. And this particular chapter involves 2 of them and then a flight of fancy altogether. So you're going to hear Esther. When Esther is explaining to the king what's going on and what the threat is, it goes into a whole different trope style, and you should be able to hear it. It's in the trope style for the Book of Lamentations that we do on Tisha B'Av. And you'll be able to hear it goes suddenly from something that's very to something that's very mournful. Then all of a sudden it breaks in here and there to this melody that has nothing to do with any trope system that someone wrote heaven knows when, but you should be able to pick it up. Esther? King? The king's slave, he's actually a eunuch, but slave, servant, chamberlain, whatever you want to call him, just so you know who's who. Yeah, personal problem. Okay, very small heads. Let me get this so it's in one thingy and doesn't roll everywhere. This one really wants to roll because it's near the end. Okay, you hold still.
Just want to let you know how I love you.
Thank you. Love you too. Love you too. I'm gonna be president.
About it later.
Be present. Yes, we'll meet later. Bill's not around much anymore. Okay. See if we can do this here. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Vayavo hamelech v'haman lishtot im Esther hamalka Vayomer hamelech leEsther gam bayom hasheni b'mishte hayayin ma she'elatech Esther hamalka v'tinaten lach Uma bakashatech ad chatzi halmalchut v'te'as v'ta'an Esther hamalka v'tomer im matzati chen beinecha hamelech ve'im hamelech tov תינתן לי נפשי בשאלתי ועמי בבקשתי כי נמכרנו אני ועמי להשמיד להרוג ולאבד ואילו לעבדים ולשפחות נמכרנו החרשתי כי אין חצר שווה בנזק המלך ויאמר המלך אחשוורוש ויאמר לאסתר המלכה מי הוא זה ואיזה הוא אשר מילאו ליבו לעשות כן ותאמר אסתר איש זר ואויב המן הרע הזה והמן נבעט מלפני המלך והמלכה והמלך קום בחמתו ממשתה היין על גינת הביתן והמן עמד לבקש על נפשו מאסתר המלכה כי ראה כי חלתה אליו הרעה מאת המלך והמלך שב מגינת הביתן על בית משתה היין והמן נופל על עם המיטה אשר אסתר עליה ויאמר המלך הגן לכבוש את המלכה אמי בבית הדבר יצא מפי המלך ופני המן עפו ואומר הבונה אחד מן הסריסים לפני המלך גם הנה העץ אשר עשה המן למרדכי אשר דיבר טוב אל המלך עמד בבית המן גבוה 50 אמה ויאמר המלך תלו עליו ויתלו את המן על העץ אשר הכין למרדכי וטמאת המלך שכחה. Felt better after they killed him, yeah. Elect me. I can do this. Elect me.
Teach Purim or sing it or no? Sure.
You did great. Her name was Vashti. She was his showgirl. She was the jewel on his crown, even though he got around His Royal Highness, drunk at the party. told her to bear it all, but she wouldn't heed his call. Don't like what she has said, honor has cost her head. The point of this all being that the king rewed.
Back in Shushan, Shushan on Purim, monarchs weren't much for decorum. In Shushan, Shushan and Purim, the king's every passion was always the fashion. Back in Shushan, he axed his love. Her name was Esther, she was of our tribe. With help from Uncle Mordecai, she gave being queen a try. Went to the pageant, King looked her over, and Esther was so fair that the others had no prayer. He told his chamberlain, no need to look again, and took her back to the palace right there and then. Back in Shushan, Shushan on Purim, the king found someone to adore him. In Shushan, Shushan on Purim, days full of bliss with a lovely Jewess. Back in Shushan, he fell in love.
His name was Haman. He was quite evil. He was the king's right-hand man, and he hatched a deadly plan. Talked to the king, and he won him over. There's some people who don't know how, who won't bow, must get rid of them right now. And when he sold his lie, planned to hang Mordecai. Woo! And drew lots for the day that we all would die.
Back in Shushan, Shushan on Purim, we didn't get much of a forum. In Shushan, Shushan and Purim, Haman's evil scheming soon could be leading to Shushan, drenched in blood. Shushan, Shushan and Purim. Her uncle told her she was our last chance. She would have to see the king and tell him everything. That Ahasuerus was no new ager. If his scepter wasn't out, she was through, no doubt. But the king loved her, so to dinner he would go, and the tables would turn on Haman. Now Ahasuerus, back in Shushan, Shushan and Purim. Haman built gallows used for him. In Shushan, Shushan and Purim, Esther saved us all when she answered our call. Back in Shushan, thank God for love. Shushan, Shushan and Purim, Shushan and Purim, Shushan and Purim, Shushan and Purim. It's the greatest. Shushan's the greatest. Purim's the greatest. Shushan's to be mine.
Shushan's the greatest.
I'll rule Purim.
Elect me president, Shushan 2020. Shushan. No, I wish
Shushan.
I had. I wish I was so
Shushan.
clever.
Shushan.
I have people who write that. They're the greatest people ever. They
Shushan.
write the
Shushan.
funniest songs you've ever heard. It's great.
They used to work
Everybody's
for me.
getting a
They
song in
used- they used to
2020.
work- They used to work
Everyone.
for me. He took them.
Hillary's paying for
He
it.
took them.
It's
He-
great.
he
She'll
took-
email
I'm
it
not
to
paying
you.
For it. I'm not. Bill's paying for it.
One more song.
We need to,
If
what
we
else?
live- if we live through this.
There's still from Josh now.
Oh, Natasha!
Put a few more in your pockets or even when over. There's wonderful Natasha book made by WRJ. Some of the others are made by Brooklyn Viadal. But either one, whatever flavor you want. Let's sing one more time this wonderful song about that wicked, wicked man. And when we hear singing, I want to hear it loud. Roger, okay?
Hey. Oh. Once there was a wicked, wicked man, and Abel calls him Haman. He lied and lied about the Jews, whom he was always blaming. Oh, today will Mary, Mary be. Oh, today will Mary, Mary be. Oh, today will Mary, Mary be. And eat some commentation.
It's not. They spelled it wrong. Anyway.
And Esther was a lovely queen of King Ahasuerus. Yeah, that and Haman. Oh my, how he did scare us. Oh, today will Mary, Mary be. Oh, today will Mary, Mary be. Oh, today will Mary, Mary be. And eat some commentation. But Mordecai, woo! Sir, what a dreadful knave, sir. Our Esther, woo! Clever queen, her people cause he will save, sir. Oh, today will Mary, Mary be. Oh, today will Mary, Mary be. Oh, today will Mary, Mary be. And not some commentation. Esther speaking to the king of Haman. Aha, said he, oh no he won't, I'll spoil his bad intention. Oh, today will Mary, Mary be, come on. Oh, today will Mary, Mary be. Oh, today will Mary be. And eat some commentation. The Bible tells how God destroyed all Haman. Clever, and God preserved the Jews that day, as he has done forever. Oh, today will Mary, Mary be. Oh, today will Mary, Mary be. Oh, today will Mary, Mary be. And eat some commentation.
You gotta do it with me.
All in one breath? I'm out of breath already.
There we go.
Yes.
Let's get these names figured out first. These are not like a name you would never name your child. You love them.
You should have named him Ivanka. It's the best name ever. This is terrible. Grog them off. They should be grogged on out of here. Terrible. Terrible. All right then. I'm secretly jealous.
Everybody have a wonderful, wonderful Purim. Thank you for coming out and praying and being with us. Grab some commendation. Remember, you can dress up for work tomorrow, too. I don't know how your work will feel about it.
Stick around a while. No rushing off.